Welcome to Conversations with Cheryl Weston, and we will be doing our Omaha City Council Agenda Review for July 15th, 2025. Let's begin. Item number 6, liquor. Yeah. Item number 7, liquor. Planning board attach or planning items with planning board attachment. Can't see anything here. You will note that the Heartland of America Park is being replatted. This will be required 5 council members. Notice this is a public hearing and the vote is today. The planning board approved it and therefore it's a done deal. Moving along, 10 Turkey Ridge. There's been no opposition, nothing there. Completely Kids, Henry Davis. An ordinance to rezone the northwest corner of 24th Avenue downtown. Public hearing and the vote is today. They say. Can't see why there would be any change in this. Again, these are items that have had the planning board approval, and I don't see anybody taking and calling opposition since there are no oppositions here. Moving right along. All of these are pretty much planning board approval. Hearing and vote today. Should move along real quickly. Item 21, the Tasty Pizza for a special use permit to allow restaurant drive-in. This is on the corner of 49th Street and North Saddle Creek. Is the permit. Can't see anything that would be since there is a communication in support, public hearing, and the vote today. There you go. Can you please include it as the City Council agenda? To the members of the Omaha City Council, on behalf of the Saddle Creek Business Improvement District, we would like to express our support for this project. We are excited local businesses are seeing the benefit of what we have in the city of Omaha, and new investment brings good positive traffic to the area. As I said, I don't see that not going through. Moving along. Should not be a long one today. Let's see. Oh, we're coming into our consent agendas. The public hearings were held on July 1st. Tax increment. This has been going on for I don't know how long. It seems like here the agreement authorizes the use of 4,772,000 plus. Can't see anything here. Now, this is a little different here. This is how they're bringing forth the item number 24 is bringing forth the professional service agreement between the City of Omaha and Thomas H. Warren Sr. LLC from June 10th, 2025 to May 31st. He will be compensated for his professional services at a rate of $168,823 for 1 year, with this amount to be increased 3% per year. And this will come from the mayor's office, executive and public affairs. Dang, I wish that. Ain't that something? This man is making more money being a non in the police department. Now he already gets his police retirement. Plus, he left the Urban League, making 6 figures there. comes back to be the mayor's staff, chief of staff, and $168,000 a year. A chief of staff. Wow. Wow. Um, Professionals. And the reason this is why here it's the LLC. Remember that. It's professional services. Um, Communication and opposition. This was put in Rick Fulton, which he asked, urged a no vote, which that's not going to happen. Omaha needs some new ideals in the mayor's office. I can agree with that. Mr. Warren is tainted by his longtime association with Mayor Stothert. As far as we know, Mr. Warren stood by while Stothert bullied people, Michelle Peters and the Gonzalez family, watched Stothert spend money recklessly with ever increasing budget and wasteful spending. Omaha voters spoke by firing Stothert in a lopsided vote, which means we don't want to continue on the Stothert plan. The salary proposed is very high. I bet somebody else could be found and you could pay a lot less of a salary. Please vote no on the rehiring of Thomas Warren to the mayor's office. This was by Rick Bolton. And Rick, it's nice that you could speak out on it. However, this is put into the agenda items. And unless there is a city council member who would pull this out of the council agenda, it's going through because it's 23. And that's how they always like to put these items in. I mean, I feel like 168,000 is a lot for a chief of staff, but no numbers to prove what are the other kind of chief of staffs earning. Here is the office of a grant, $536,000. Degree. This will be for I tell you, Omaha spends money like money is water. It's unbelievable. Anyway, it's going to pass. It's in the agenda items. Nothing in 26, 27. 28 is out on 204th Street, Blondo Parkway, Hampton Park, City of Omaha in 29. Nope. 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 No. Not gonna happen. So all of those 31 done. Done deal. Like I say, those will wrap up. So we're looking at a short meeting probably. Okay, consent agenda item resolutions. Here we go. These are from 32 through 49. Basically, professional service agreements with Olson Inc. We're still doing all that with Olson Inc. That's a holdover from Stothert. That was one of her favorite companies. Let's see. Omaha City Council, on behalf of Little Bohemian Improvement District, I write to express our strong support for the safety improvements along South 13th Street. The current design of South 13th Street prioritize vehicles throughout the expense of da 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 da. We believe this is going Lewis Smith. I don't see anything that's not going to make this happen. I will point out, now you notice that that's Little Bohemian, BID, and 24th Street, BID. We've been in since almost 5 years, and what have we accomplished? And then Bohemian, look where they're at. Unbelievable. Here we go. 34, nothing there, nothing there. Don't see anything along these. Nope. Nope. Here we have another professional service, 163,245. Now that's engineering services, professional services, Lamp Ryanser, Nearson, Inc. to provide professional engineering services. That's the whole company gets paid, 163,000, and we're paying a professional service 168 for a chief of staff. Unbelievable. Okay. Here we go. Item 39, Councilmember Amy Melton, Lavanya Goodwin, and Ron Hugg shall assess damages to owners and parties affected by the vacation of Harney Street from 42nd to 41st. Notice, she'll give reasonable notice to the owners and parties interested in the property affected by this. Here we go, right there. So it's this little piece of land right here. Okay, number 39, moving along. 40, 41, 42. Mr. Beck, nothing. Reappointment by Mayor John Ewing, member of the library board. Library board. Penelope Leon, member of the Human Rights and Relation Board. Teresa Hunter, nomination. This is Old Time Friends. This is Teresa Hunter. She's been at the Human Rights, who here we go, as family housing. She's been there for years. That's all in the building there on the corner of 24th and Lake. These are old time friends relationships. So, hey, we're going along as usual. Nothing's changed. Okay, look at item 48, that the reappointment by Mayor John W. Ewing of Breaker Harding for a term while he is serving as council member commencing July 16th and expires shall be appointed and take to the the Board of Trustees for the City of Omaha's retirement system, Brinker Harding, and reappointment. While she's serving, she shall be appointed to the Omaha Douglas Public Building Commission. Done deal. They'll read all items 40 49 will take place. Resolution. There is a public hearing and a vote today to accept the settlement for Salvador Garcia and Gallagher Bassett Service as the insurance company authorized to do business in the city of Omaha versus the city of Omaha for $95,000 in full and complete satisfaction. $73,000 going to the plaintiff and $22,000 going to the third party. The city of Omaha Law Department will be. You can pull it up to see for all of their work. I love this where it's written. I mean, this is just like a template, but where it says recommends that it is the best interest of the city and the resident to resolve this litigation by paying the total sum of $95,000. This settlement is released, caused personal injury and other damages to him in an automobile accident where a truck driven by the plaintiff fell into a sinkhole on or about May 28, 2019 on South 19th Street. Now look at that, folks. This is May 28, 2019, South 19th Street. And this is still going on. Finally, the man will get some resolution to this. The sum shall be split into two checks, $73,000 to the plaintiff and the plaintiff's attorney, and $22,000 to Gallagher Bassett. So, man held on and was able to continue the fight. The public hearing and the vote is today to accept. It will be accepted. An ordinance levying special tax for condemned buildings. This will take place. It's a public hearing today. They have a list you can see if you like to go in, usually, and this will list the amounts, what's become delinquent, so forth and so forth. And then you'll see the list of all the buildings there that are up for demolition and the amounts charged. This is the second reading. The public hearing is today. If anyone wants to talk about that against, this is the special levies, tax and assessments on those lots and pieces of real estate within the North 24th Street Business Improvement District. North 24th Street. This was created by an ordinance in 2020. Now they've been collecting these fees and stuff. This was done back in 2020. And look at 24th Street, and this is 2025. And we just saw an item above where the Bohemian, South 13th Street, look at what they've done. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's not unbelievable because we know it. So here is the assessments. $4,656.10. Moving along, an ordinance to amend the Omaha Municipal Code. The city's economic sustainability program will classify this language. This is the public hearing today. BJ's Fleet Wash appeals the rejection of their bid. I don't know, this thing has been going on for some time. Janitorial services for the Omaha Public Libraries. Motion to allow or deny the appeal. This, I can't say I think they'll probably go ahead and deny, but who knows? It's been going on for so long. Now we're into the non-action items. Omaha North Stadium. And I skipped over that one. It was intentionally because there wasn't anything that was going to happen on that. 204th and Harney Street. It will be taking place. Laid over to the July 29th to allow for a public advertisement. Here is the north. This is part of the program or the final plat of the subdivision in order to move forth on something that has been going on for years. And because of the elections, hey, made it happen. So basically, you can read that if you can. All right, let's go. South Farm plat. Nope. Planning board attachment. This is the second reading, 216th Street. Not happening. Pretty much all of these are the second reading. Um, here's one, an ordinance to rezone property located at 3802 North 24th Street. So that's a building that's going up. We will have to check on that for you and get back to you. This is the second reading, 3802 North 24th Street. Moving right along. Here's something. Who did something? Because do you see this? Planning board and planning department recommended denial. Okay. They didn't give him. This is at 5108 Reed Street, from a R2 single family to an R5. The applicant is Freddie Ellis. Huh. From R2 to R5, but they will move it to R4. Approve it. There we go. Moving along. That is the first reading. So you have time to do your research on it. Here we have a couple more of tax increments coming up. Brando Townhouses, 1303 South Park Avenue, 227,000 will be subdivided. New 7-unit road on the western portion of the lot. And I don't see anything in there for affordable. Got something happen at the Columbus Park tax increment, 1014 South 20th Street. This building will have 5 floors of affordable mixed income. That's what makes a difference for a neighborhood, is affordable mixed income. 5,352,000. Okay. Laid over to August 5th, City Council meeting. People, you have time. Pull up the attachment and review it. But it is a positive that it's going to be affordable mixed income, because that's what makes a difference. When you have it mixed, it has possibility. If you keep putting the same thing in, you're going to get the same thing out. Chambers Court, their new tax increment, North 16th, 18th Street of Burdett and Willis. In total, the 4 phases of the overall project will provide 205 mixed income affordable housing, with 1 commercial structure, including the rehabilitation of the existing 8,650 square foot existing historic building. This was purchased from the Omaha Housing Authority. Laid over till August 5th. Okay. First readings, not too much there. This is a mixed-use district for property at 6441 193rd Avenue. All right, here we go. Another tax increment project. That's the 124 apartments, the 5-story mixed-use building. Redevelopment of tax increment financing. 5125 South 24th Street, $827,000. 37th Forest Lawn, we know where that's at. Acceptance 83. Okay. Here's something, and I'm going to say this to individuals. I'm not going to call out a name right now, but here's something to look at. Do your homework and find out what this is about. This is an ordinance to approve the acceptance and authorization over more than one fiscal year from this grant from the Nebraska Crime Commission and Law Enforcement. Look at it, read it, see what the attachment is. Um, 83, 85, 86, 87. Seems like that's it, folks. Should not be too long of a session. All right, that's our review of the Omaha City Council Agenda for July 15th, 2025. Have a great day, and we'll see you next week.